Hey guys, this is Nugua, and today I'm going to show you a super easy duct tape DIY to do with jars. And it's just pickle jars and duct tape. The first thing you do is take your jar, and you may want to peel the wrapping off. As you can see, this jar wouldn't really do it. But yeah, take your jars. You can leave the wrapping on, you can soak it, it's really up to you. And then take your duct tape. Stick it to your jar and then just go all the way around. You may have to pull it off and stick it back on a few times to make sure that there is as little air bubbles and creases as possible. And then you just cut and lay it back down. Lay it down over itself. And then you can smooth up the top. As I'll mention later in the video, I don't really like when it lays over. It gets all these ugly little creases in it. So you may want to do it lower so it doesn't have to bend over the top. But as you can see, I got a lot of creases at the very beginning, and you can't really smooth them out. You can try with like a rounded edge, like a roller, or maybe the side of like an X-Acto knife, but it'll only help so much. But now if you look at the way I do the tape the second time, that's the best way to keep from getting creases in your tape. See, I went ahead and pulled out a long bit right there. Sorry for the camera knock. So you line them up as best you can. You have to be patient when you're doing duct tape crafts, but I'm still only so patient, so I'm not going to work really hard to like line up the circles correctly. That's just not me. And again, you might have to pull it off to get it lined up a few times, or to make sure you don't have any creases. But then if you pull it, if you hold it with one hand and then wrap it around with another like that, you can really watch your creases and make sure you don't get any, and make sure it just works the way that you want it to work. You have a lot more control over how you do it. And then of course flatten the edge down, and see, this one has a lot less creases. There is an overlap, but of course that's bound to happen, so it's much better than this one up here. You can see an obvious difference in the way I did my jars. So you'll definitely want to do it where you keep it taut and you have more control over how much slack there is in your tape. So my jars needed like 2.5, but I just did 3 full on each jar. And I'm only going to show you how I did the first jar, and then I'll show you all 3 afterwards. So yeah, again, super slow, super careful when it comes to getting creases. You definitely have to be patient. And this one I also did over the edge, so it's gonna have to be smoothed down over the bottom. This one looks less gross. You can pull it off better than you can going over the top. It looks semi-intentional, but still, you're probably not gonna want to do it. It just looks better completely flat, but you can do it. Try and keep it even if you do it. Like I had to redo it just then. And then here is our very first jar. So here are the final ones. This is the jar that you just saw me do. This is another jar that I did with another type of duct tape. And then I did one more with my Galaxy duct tape and the second duct tape that I used. Now, I'm gonna give a few pointers. First off, you're gonna want to start and end around the same area, and that way you can either cover it with another line of tape, or you can turn it so you just see the pretty side like this, so you can keep the ugly side away. Now this one, you're gonna be really careful with your duct tape. It was too light here. That one had the label on it, so you could see the label through the duct tape. You can see it right there. So you're gonna be super careful that if it has a label, you'll want it to be dark enough and covered. That one did not have a label on it. So, and now finally you just take your stuff and you put it in there. And there is your brand new storage solution. I use this one for my clay tools. So, and now there it is. And finally, you can see them in my craft space using to store my sketch tools and my clay tools. So yeah, if you enjoy this DIY video, please leave a like and subscribe for more crafty, nerdy, fun stuff. Thanks guys.